Before I start this session, I would like to tell you that this session will be recorded, and the recordings of the same can be checked upon the library website, the events tab, under the events tab, right? So before we begin, I would like to share my introduction alongside my fellow colleague is also there. So I am Ritu Nathwal, representing the team Global Library. Alongside, I have my fellow colleague, Mr. Jairam Bora, who is also going to, help you and me to know more about the subscribed legal resources which we have in the library and so on. So before we begin with the presentation, I would like to share the flow of the presentation today would be divided into two parts. During the first part, we'll be talking about the physical collection of the library which we have, that is the different sections of the library and so on. However, we'll be also going further and talking in detail about the library website, the different tabs, the different resources and services which can be explored and referred today in the library by you as a student, as a user. And once you come back to the library, yes, the physical collection can be, explored very extensively. However, since we are, you know, okay, in between, Anushka has just shared a request whether the recording it will be made available or not. May I request you all to kindly share your questions and answers in the Q&A box so that we can only focus on that particular section. Hence, avoid sharing your queries on the chat box, right? So moving on directly, so just to begin with, Global Library offers a combined collection of print volumes alongside an array of electronic resources. To talk about the print collection, yes, we do have 64,533 print volumes. Alongside, we also have 4.6 lakh ebooks, 13,741 subscribed journals, more than 800 multimedia collection, newspapers, court judgments, legislation, case studies, course material, and a lot more for you to explore. Yes, we are in T2 block in approximately 10,000 of square meter of space, and an extension of the main library is also there on the ground floor. So, adhering to high quality standards, we as Global Library offer almost all our services in self-service mode. Hence, uh, without taking any more time, I would like you to check on to the library website. And the link to it is library.jgu.edu.in. So this can be actually Googled out very simply by simply Googling with the keywords library, global library JGU, or just library JGU, and you are right there. Coming back onto the home tab, this horizontal tab right on your screen, once you are here with the same address in your address bar of the library website, that is, I'll repeat, library.jgu.edu.in. You're right, you are going to land up onto the homepage of the Global Library, that is right here. The very first on your screen, you can see a horizontal bar which talks about the library resources, services, JGU research and publication, research guides, and so on. We'll be touching onto each one of it in detail. However, to start with, before that, I want to tell you that to know more about the physical library, how does it look like, and so on, onto the right side of this main library webpage, we have a very short video of virtual walkthrough of Global Library. That is right here. Though we are not going to play it right away, however, we request each one of the attendees to please go through it. It is hardly, 4-5 minute video, but then it is going to help you to know more about the library, how each and every section supports your learning needs, and what all you can get in each and every section of the global library. Coming towards the left side, yes, we have two different tabs which are very, very useful, right? You as a student presently. The very first on top is what's new. That is, highlighting all whatever is happening new in the global library of yours. So, hence, keep yourself posted with all the sections, all the tabs right on the screen. And then coming down to it, we have quick links, which are the direct links to the different resources and also the services of the global library which we have to offer. So again, keep yourself posted, updated with the new latest happening of the library. So before I'll move on, I would request Jairam if you can just take me to the horizontal bar to start with about the library. Yes, here. So to start with, to know more about your library, the vision, mission, and the library hours, these tabs are self-explanatory, hence I'm not going to get into it in detail. However, directly coming on to the rules and regulations, if you can just click down to rules and regulations, Ramji. Yes. Instead, rules and regulations, if you can take us first to the floor plan, that will be easy for them to know very easy, conveniently. If you can take us to the floor plan of the global library. On your left, it is right there. Bottom, bottom, bottom. So on your screen, you can see a floor map, which tells you that the library on the second floor is spread all across in the all four wings, including the central block. Herein, the blue icons right on, the brown icons right on your screen indicates in the south wing and the west wing. That indicates what we have done is embracing the new normal. We have shifted the main, the print collection to south and west wing, creating more reading spaces in different sections, right? So these brown icons right here are the icons for the bookshelves. Herein, what you can see is that to access the major book collection, the print collection, as in, so you can enter to the south wing and the west wing also. The south wing also equips you to know more about, how can you borrow a book, or maybe how can you return a book by taking help and support with the service text right at the entrance there. And also a self check-in checkout system is there, kiosk is there, which is going to help you to borrow multiple books at a time by following the screen directions and messages. You can simply just select the checkout and with the help of by scanning your student ID card on the kiosk itself. And then by collecting the checkout slip, you can keep a note of due date, and by signing the slip collected, leave it with the card, and then you will receive a system generated email or a SMS notification at any once you get the books issued. However, to get the book issued, you need to extensively, refer to online public access catalog. Through that, you will pick up a call number. Each and every book which has been cataloged in the global library carries a call number. Referring to each of the call number, you may go back to the shelf, browse the shelf, and get on to the resource accordingly. Once let's say if you pick up a book, let's say on family law, although I'm going to come on to that in detail. So we have the book shelf labels also. So these labels are going to help you to reach up to the desired shelf. So all the books on all the shelves are, arranged following a classification scheme that is called Dewey Decimal Classification Scheme, which are again starting from 000 to 999 numerically arranged, and then later alphabetically arranged. Coming back onto the floor plan, if you see into the west wing also, Jairam, if you can scroll a little down so that we can see the screen towards the left west wing. Here in the west wing, we do have the print collection. However, a dedicated textbook section has been built up separately. So towards the end, we have the textbook section in the west wing. So this textbook section, by entering this zone, it equips you as a student to borrow a textbook for the whole semester by paying a nominal fee to it. it is that in case if you are trying to get a book, and particularly a textbook from the library, you can do that. However, focusing on the journal book, a journal book can be borrowed for a journal book can be borrowed for 30 days. However, a textbook, by paying an additional fee to it, can be borrowed for one whole semester, right? So again, for borrowing this textbook, you that is, what we follow is first come first serve basis, because again the number of copies for particularly the textbook we have limited in number. However, we do not hesitate. We always welcome your requests, your recommendations, in case if any, to increase the number of copies for the textbook or any other book if you wish to recommend. But we always, insist upon that your such request should be enrouted through your instructors. That is going to help us to take the call right away. It gives a kind of, weightage to your request. So that's it. However, we do not hesitate in taking a call onto your request at any point of time. Also, in case, following the borrowing privileges, if you feel that you need to borrow more number of books, or maybe you need to extend the loan duration or so on, you can always, in case if you are physically available in the library, you can always connect with the staff on duty. However, in case you are not there physically, you can always write to us at glus@jgu.edu.in. So that says that these are GLUS are the initial stands for Global Library User Services. That is glus@jgu.edu.in. This is one common ID which you can always keep a note of, and you can always put your request, mark your request to this particular ID, and we say that we are committed to resolve a query within 24 hours. However, we don't take that very long to answer your query. We try to do it on periodic basis as early as possible, or else we keep you updated with whatever is the best possible way to guide you, to assist you all across. All right. So coming back onto the floor plan again. Yes. Again, if you see, we spoke about the south wing and the west wing. However, coming down in the north wing, you can see the global reading hall, which is accessible 24 into 7. Moving on to the east wing, we have created, as I've told you, we have created more reading spaces, which is again a silent zone to refer at. Hence, I'm going to directly talk about the central wing of the Global Library, wherein we have, law report, back volume journals, Haryana collection, pen material, and other teaching and learning research aids. In the reference sections, I missed out. In central block, we do have Kindle devices with headphones, which you as a student can borrow for the purpose of reference only by depositing your student ID card with the service tax in charge. Once you are through with your referencing, you can collect back your ID card and deposit back the Kindle device and the headphones. However, the only foundation onto this is that yes, these Kindle devices are to be referred only in the premises of central library. That is only in the central wing of the library, nowhere else. All right. So moving on, if you go back to the reference library, that is on the ground floor right away. So there we have Supreme Court judgments, Constituent Assembly debates, the civil court manuals, Halsbury law, and other reference books, including encyclopedia, dictionary, lexicon, and current print journals and magazines. Also, faculty publications and new arrivals are also there on display to refer. All right. So moving on to the next tab, that is the resources. We spoke about print resources, media resources, and so on. I assume that all these resources, services, and all other tabs are pretty self-explanatory. Hence, it won't be wise enough, because I assume that yes, you are quite very well equipped to handle all these resources individually, particularly the website. So there's no point getting into all these nitty-gritties. However, these are all self-explanatory, but you as a student, what I request you to do it right away is to parallelly please go on to each and every tab and refer to it, and keep posting your questions and answers in the Q&A box for us to answer it. and help you to sail all through. So I will be directly jumping onto the catalog part, that is online public access catalog. Yes, the moment you click onto this, initially, yes, this tab, when you click onto this, this is going to load on, you will land up to onto this particular page, which is the online public access catalog page. As I've told you, all the books which are cataloged carry a call number, but whichever book we have in the library which is cataloged will be listed out here, whether it is a ebook or it is a printed book, right? So whether it is in print format or in digital format, whichever books are cataloged are available on this online public access catalog. Before we move on, I want to remind you and make these words, please mark these words and underline it very categorically, as the name itself says that it is online public access catalog. Hence, you need not to have any credentials requirement when you need to search a book or just to check up a book where exactly the book actually resides. Hence, towards the right side on the screen, if you see, it is asking for certain login and password. The very common query which we generally receive is this only, but these credentials are only required once you need to check up onto your circulation history, or maybe, you are willing to refer onto, certain, the book which you have issued in past, but then you are not able to recollect which title was it, and hence you would like to, go back to your circulation history and you need to check that which book did I borrow and so on. Or probably you wish to, create your own reading list, probably not at the presently, but then hence at a later stage you wish to, refer certain books, so you can create your own reading history into that. So for all such matters, you need to get a login or a password. In that context, you need to connect with any of the service techs in charge, or else you can always write to glus@jgu.edu.in, right? So I am assuming that each book can be borrowed for 30 days. However, in terms of textbook, yes, you can borrow it for one whole semester, but then logging onto, checking up onto all the books from the shelf, particularly the book from the bookshelf I'm talking about, you need to check up onto the catalog and refer to the collection, that where exactly that the print book actually resides, as in to which particular section you need to go on and check for the books, right? So when once you move on to each particular section of the library, right, you'll see certain indicators at the entrance of each door. So those are the signage which actually directs you to go on to reach on to each of the section of the library, wherein, in case if you are looking for any book related to law, then there you actually have to go. Maybe, students from the business school, or maybe, you are looking for something related to management and so on, or maybe something related beyond that, you are looking for maybe something related to literature. So all these directional signage are there at the entrance to guide you, to support you. However, the major reference is again there, which is again, detailed, is right there on all the bookshelves, on as in form of labels put up right on each particular shelf, right? So coming on to online public access catalog, we are going to quickly take a quick random example of, let's say, family law. Jairamji, could you please help me in running a search for family law? Yes. The moment you run a search here in this particular search bar, you can also narrow down your search, probably, just targeting onto the catalog, or maybe the author, or maybe just the ISBN number, or maybe the call number, the call you can, target it at. Hence, the moment, you're going to run a search for family law, the page which is going to appear, although initially, yes, it takes little time. However, the entire team is working, the technical team is actually working behind the screen to, help you and resolve this particular problem. Okay, so to minimize the time for this particular page to load up. However, inconvenience regretted, because it is, yes, taking some time to load up. In the meanwhile, there is a question which that somebody is not clear that what is the call number. Dear, I think you have missed up in the beginning. Call number is a number given based on a classification scheme which we follow in the library, that is Dewey Decimal Classification Scheme. Each book carries a call number, and this classification scheme goes on to 000 to 999. And each, this 000, then 001, then 002, or maybe 020, and so on, or maybe just the 300 or 400. These are different, classifications according to the subjects which we have done for each and every book. Particularly, like let's say, if the moment this page will load up, you'll get to see a particular call number for, say, family law, which is 346 point so on. So 346 is a section, which is a subject classification number which is given to a collection which is falling for family law. So family law is a subject to us, and hence the number to it is 346. So probably, looking up to a shelf for 346, you will directly go to onto the 346 shelf number, referring the booklet shelf labels right over there, and then probably, going on to that. So in the meanwhile, Jairam ji, is there that PPT did you receive over the mail which I've just shared? In case if it is there, then probably yes, we can show them that what is the call number. There was some technical error on my system, hence you could not reach up to that. So not this one, Jairam ji. No. Beyond that, you did not receive any? Yes, this is the one. Is it not opening? All right, just forget it. I'll just try to do it, share it again, and probably you may refer to it later. Anyways, let us just come back onto the library website. All right. So catalog page has been loaded, Jairam ji, with the results family law.
It's taking time.
All right. Okay, in the meanwhile, I'll take up certain questions related to this. There was a question saying that the call number is clear, okay, and then somebody mentioned that it is taking some time and it is not loading. So in that case, this koha.jgu.edu.in, in case if it is not opening, let's say on Mozilla, please try to load it on the other web browser, that is probably on Chrome or vice versa. And there is a question saying, so is the library accessible to everyone even if they are not from JGU? Dear, no, it is not that. There are certain subscribed resources which require your JGU credential, and you as a member of JGU can have access to it. However, this online public access catalog is open for each and everyone all across. So there is no limitation onto that anyone, whether he or she is a member of JGU or not, probably can have an access to the catalog at least. Okay. So if we are not login while we search the book, so later on it will catch our history of books we searched or borrowed. Yes, that is another option, that yes, you can check up onto your history of books is one certain option. However, suggestion is always to refer your circulation history by login or checking up to your credentials available on Koha. Wi-Fi network will be available in campus or Ethernet. You are in that complete Wi-Fi zone, so hence this question is more or less related to team IT, but rather approaching them would be a better answer. However, we try to make it available in the IP range, whichever we have, and map the resources on that IP and then make it available for you. The remote access resources for a lot of courses material aren't working. Smruti, if you can elaborate your question, then that would be, better for me to answer in. Coming back, how to log in. I am, yes, coming on to how to log into digital resources, particularly, or checking onto the ID and so on. And then again, there is a question, the talking about the ID to which the common mails can be referred. That is glus@jgu.edu.in. Okay. Instead, okay, there is another question referring to the online books and so on. Again, I'll be coming to each one of it individually. I assume by this time, can we access this catalog page, Jairamji, with the results? Or else we'll talk about.
It's not uploading. It's not loading.
All right. It is still taking some time to load. Never mind. By the time it loads, just probably just let us know. So let us just go back to the homepage of the Global Library. All right. So without moving on to any further, since we have a constant request for accessing the online resources, I'll quickly take you to the quick links right below the What's New tab. Yes. So we have the remote access policy, from which is third from the bottom, remote access policy. So those who are working on their laptop can quickly, parallelly can have an access to it, to remote access policy. If you come on to this by reading all the details, check on to login with remote log, and then click here. It says click here. So this is going to take you, direct you to a page where through which, through remote access, how can you connect with the digital resources of the Global Library. So right on the top towards the right side of your screen, there's a small button which says login. If you click onto this, the very first screen which is going to come, pop up onto your screen would be somewhat like this, wherein you have to select the login type to access the resources, and particularly the digital resources which Global Library has to offer. All right. So in case you are registering for the very first time, so in that context, what happens is, you as a since you are the first time user, so you have to register yourself for the first time, and hence given all your complete details using your JGU Outlook ID incomplete, as in case, let's see, if I am a student of JDLS and I have been admitted in year 2021, so my ID would be 21 JGLS underscore R Nagpal @jgu.edu.in. Hence, using the complete ID, I'll register myself. And the next screen, which is going to be available on your screen, would be the next dialog box, which is going to pop up, would be, click here with to log in. So the moment you click onto this, you will be directed to all the resources which the library has subscribed to. All right. So coming right on this remote log screen, you can see there is a list of all databases and henceforth legal databases and so on. So when we talk about all databases or legal databases, whichever list you expand to, each one of it is alphabetically arranged. So referring to which, you can just pick up the resource and get onto that. However, you really don't know that which all, as a fresher, as a student who has just joined in, probably there might be a high possibility that you might not be aware that which particular resources will be benefiting to you as a law student. So in that context, my fellow colleague Mr. Jairam is going to talk about in detail all about the legal resources, how to access all these resources, and how best you will be get connected, and what is the coverage of all these resources. Very shortly, once I'm through with you with my presentation, once I'll just able to connect the medium through which you can have an access to the digital resources in short. Right. So, can we just, Jairam ji, if you can expand on one of the resource and we can just show them how they can, get connected. Probably just taking an example with, let's say, Heinz Online. So, since I'm logged in already, so the moment you click on to any of the resource, the page is not going to prompt for any further login, and you are right there on the page of the database itself. Also, at times, you as a student, you need to understand one more thing, that the moment you try logging into certain resources, there are certain resources which work, which performs better on Mozilla, and there are certain resources which perform better on Chrome. So the more you practice having an access to these resources, the more well acquainted you get with all these resources. Hence, suggestion would be that it is always good to keep practicing on accessing these resources, so that these are quick tricks which you really get to explore once you are trying to access these resources of Renault. So the more you practice, the more you will get to know. Right. So we are right there on this Heinz Online page. We need not to put up any further, login or anything. Why? Because we are already logged in with the, say, remote access log. So in case if you are in campus, you need not to do nothing much onto that. But however, since you are accessing these resources remotely, so you really need to, establish a connection through the IP through this particular platform, which is commonly known as remote log. All right. So coming back onto the library homepage. Right. So the moment you land up onto the library homepage, right on top we have course material listed out here. So this is something which is hot selling cake these days. So these are the links of textbooks and the other reading material which we have listed out here, which is again relevant to your course, and which helps you to know in detail that whichever course you people are going through these days. And then, but before I move on to these tabs separately, what I want you to understand is that you will get a list of courses which are undergoing, which are ongoing in your um, class presently. But there is a high possibility you might not get the course which you are already, which is continuing in your class. So in that case, please do not consider out of that list that there is some error or something of that sort. Please make it a clear understanding onto this aspect in detail, that for that particular course, your faculty has not made any recommendations to the library to make an arrangement. In turn, they may, the faculty members, your instructors may have a different mechanism to meet your learning needs. Hence, there is a possibility that the course which you are looking for might not be there in the list. So quickly, just taking an example for Jindal Global Law School, the very first on tap. Okay, so these are the list of courses which are there, which have been again, suggested by the faculty to the library to, to make an arrangement for the course, for the reading text, for the main reading text or the additional reading text, to make it available right on you. So we'll quickly take an example of the course material which we have right under company law. Correct? Okay. So herein, as you can see, this is Professor Kirthana Singh Khurana, who has given a recommendation of certain main reading titles and also certain additional titles. So if you see that the title number 1, 2, and 3 has a remote access tab right next to it after the bibliographical detail. However, the title number 4 says that the print book is already available in the library for reference, and the title number 5 says that the print book is in order. Wherein, if I jump onto the additional reading, again it says the book number 1 says that it is there for remote access. So, this gives you a clear understanding the books which has a link to remote access are available in electronic format, wherein the books which are carrying a link that is available in print format or a print copy available or is put on order. So whatsoever other than remote access, so that means that book is available in print format. So Janamji, if you click onto the title number 4, which says print book is already available in the library, yes. So this book is going to a page where all the details of the books, this printed book is available. That is the page to the Koha, the online public access catalog which we have. This page is going to take us there basically. Has it been loaded? No? Alright. So in the meanwhile, I'll also take the example of the title number 4. No, yes, company law. Additional reading, the very first example. The very first example in additional reading which says remote access. The moment you click onto this remote access link, since we are already logged in, it is going to take us to the page where the book actually resides. So that is, you can see the book is Mason, French, and Ryan on company law. You can see the book is right there on your screen, that is electronically available. Either you can download the PDF full text, or maybe explore the table of contents, or maybe you can just read the book chapter by chapter by going to each and every introduction, each and every chapter, maybe just picking up introduction or any other chapter at a glance or so on. Probably going to it is going to help us to sail all across. So this particular page is going to load up with the details of that particular chapter right on your screen. Maybe either you can download it one by one, or maybe you can just have a quick reference on screen for online reading and so on. So this is what is the role of this particular tab right next to the resource which says remote access. If I come back onto the same screen of course material page, company law. All right. So Ramji, has that a particular option opened up for catalog? For catalog, that is company law.
It is not opening due to the indexing issues.
Still not opening. Okay. All right. So never mind. The moment you're going to click onto that, it is going to probably help you out to know more. Alongside the bibliographical details, whether the book is there in textbook format or so on, and all these details are there, so that you once you log into that, you will be able to identify that to which section the book belongs to and so on, right? So before I move on to the next part, let me just come on to the question one by one. When will we get our Koha ID details? One, dear, In case if you wish to, know the details for Koha login and so on, one, you can write down to library at the rate, glus at the rate jgu.edu.in, or else you can visit the library and check up with all the details by, filling up a registration form and get yourself registered and your ID card registered so that you can have an access to the kiosk as well. So these are the two options. However, again, as I've suggested, this is online public access catalog, hence for, just for searching the books which are cataloged in the global library, you need not to have any credentials related to it. Coming on board, the next question is, for first semester, there are no course material for 3 years LLB course. Dear, I have already mentioned the courses which have been recommended by your instructors are available on this particular list. In case if your particular course is not there on the list, that means that clearly indicates that your instructor has a clear indication, a clear mechanism into which they have a kind of, a clear strategy to meet your learning needs. Hence, we as a library member won't have much to do about it. Jairamji, if you can allow me to share my screen, my Koha page has been loaded. And Vikasji from IT, if you can, help me in sharing my screen. Vikasji, if you can give me
Try
the
to share
rights to
now.
share. I'm trying to share, but it says host has disabled the participant to screen for screen sharing. Is there someone from IT who can help me in sharing my screen? Vikasji? So in case if he is going to allow me, then only I'll be able to share my screen. However, I'll take the questions in the meanwhile. There are certain questions in terms in relation to live law, SSC, bar and bench. As I mentioned, Mr. Jairam is going to tell us more about it. Ma'am, the library will be included in the fee or we have to pay it separately. There's nothing beyond, in addition, you as a member of Global Library have full right to, all these accessibilities and all. However, as I've mentioned, for picking up, certain textbooks for a longer duration, that is one for one whole semester, we certainly go for some kind of additional payment for this, so that is again very very nominal. Again, related a question related to Manupatra, SSC and so on. Yes, we are going to come in detail onto that, wherein catalog is not opening there. We are trying to work on that. The work is still going on. However, inconvenience regretted. That is what I have maximum what I can say right away. All right. So we are right there. If you can, Rakhi, if you can take me to the course material page so that I can establish a link where we actually left, right on the next tab. You are there on this particular page only. The second tab, it says course material. Yes. So we were on this particular page wherein we were talking about the title number 4, which is Company Law 17th edition by Avtar Singh, and this particular print book is in print format, which is available in the library. So if you click onto this link, this page is going to open up with details which just my fellow colleague has shown us. Yes, this is the page which you are going to land up, which gives you the complete details of the book right on your screen, as in who is the author, what are the details and so on of the book, and the publisher and so on. More than that, we are more concerned that what type of a book it is. It is certainly a textbook. Hence, you can see the 2 copies of the book are available on the shelf, and you, by referring this call number, since I was giving you example of family law, I gave you that 346, which is again, all the books are numerically then alphabetically arranged, so you'll reach up to section number 346.66094, which is again, numerically arranged, and then later going up to S, alphabetically arranged. You will reach up to that particular book, pick up the book, come back to the kiosk, scan your ID, get the book issued, collect the checkout slip, and sign it, give it to the guard, and you will receive a system generated reminder or SMS on your email, and also a text message on the registered number which you have shared during the process of registration with the library. This is as simple as that. Going on, coming back to the course material page again, I am just repeating. As you can see, we just took an example of a book which can be read electronically. We just saw that Mason, French, and Ryan, which is, next to remote access tab, is available. So by clicking onto this, we can have an access to the electronic copy also. Now you can see in this particular example, this same title is also available in print format, which is going to be made available to you all very shortly. Once the book is been processed, you will be going to get the print copy and the link to it right updated on this particular page. Hence, please make it a clear understanding that yes, the links that says the details which says that the book is available in remote access, that means the book is available in electronic format. But then if it says, the message says that the book is available in print format, the link to it is right given on your screen, which is going to take you directly to the catalog page of that particular book. All right, so till here I am clear with how many books can you issue, for how, what is the loan duration of the journal books, or what is the loan duration for a textbook, how can you connect through remote access, or how can you access the course material. Again, just a reminder to you all, in case if you see that the book, your particular course is not listed here, that clearly indicates your instructor is going to, you need to check with your instructor, and then you can get connected with the required course material which you are looking for. All right. So coming back onto the homepage of the Global Library, I would like to mention a little about the help menu and help tab and so on. Yes, right on the health tab, we have something really essential for you to know. There are, different emails and phone numbers, you often, tend to receive a mail from, which, you really don't know how to respond and whom to respond. In that case, in case if you don't know, always, just click onto this help tab, probably just referring to this particular section with the details, as in, these user services, in case if you're concerned with overdue reminders, or maybe you're looking up to something related to the fines and so on, or maybe the special display or the library promotion or anything of that sort, please feel free to write to glus@jgu.edu.in. Or else, if you scroll down, there are other sections of the library which talks about e-resources, or maybe, it takes you to the digital archive, the institutional repository of the library, or maybe, just a acquisition section which you are looking up to recommend something. So these are the books which you can just see right on your not books, you can see the different sections you can approach to with different IDs on your screen. However, in case it is difficult for you to, have in mind or make a note of it, in that case, please write to a common ID, which is again glus@jgu.edu.in. Coming back onto the help menu again, the next on tab list we have the FAQs. If you click onto this, a page with a lot of FAQs is going to appear on your screen, which says that yes, these are the collection of the common questions which we often, get from you people. And what we have done is we have, segregated according to the section along with the answers to it, which helps you to make a clear understanding, to get a clear understanding of what all is there. Maybe, you can just quickly refer to it, maybe, the section by section, or maybe just going by it, and then hence you are right on track, and you will be able to get the query resolved then and there. Or probably beyond this, in case if you're interested to know more about what all post-COVID changes are there in your library, so probably just referring to these questions, so you'll be able to get to know that what all is there in your global library in terms, if you have any query. Still, in case if you feel any resource specific query you have, wherein you are stuck with one of the resource, as in I just got a request on the question and answers board that yes, you need to know how to access Manupatra, or probably answers to it is right there, right in the e-resources. However, in case if you feel like you need to get an understanding of probably how to go about the with the screen directions and so on. So probably you referring to user guides is the one beautiful option you can always refer to. These user guides are often get updated, and we keep updating it off and on, just to help you and guide you with certain screenshots, and so that you can have a kind of a smooth sail through to get onto the resources directly. If you click onto this user guide, the very first on your page, on your screen, is going to open up. If you can click onto this, Ramji, user guides. Yes, user survey I won't be touching up. It is self-explanatory. I won't be touching up onto that. But this is this particular tab, that is user guide. The very first on your page, you will see that we have a beautiful flipbook brochure, which is talking all about your digital library in detail. If you click onto this, there's a brochure which is going to give you the entire detail of what all, as in digital resources, the digital library has to offer. If you get onto that, so I really insist each one of you to please just refer to it once, so that you will be able to know what all in terms of resources, services your digital library has to offer, right? So coming right, if you click onto this, it is going to appear on your screen as a flip book. That's okay, Ramji. We can come back to the user guides, and then we have on screen, if you scroll down, certain presentations and certain step-by-step guides. As I've told you, like if the second on list, you have step-by-step guide to access the e-resources remotely. So once you click onto these e-resources, this download icon, the on your screen, um, the guide to it is going to open up with certain screenshots of it, and which gives you a clear guide and direction to move on once you are trying to log into the e-resources remotely. I mean, that is what we spoke about, establishing a contact with the digital resources through remote log page and so on, right? So all right, coming back onto the same home help tab, the last on list we have the different, the live assistance, which is again, very important for you presently. Yes. So that says, if you click onto this, we offer live assistance in two different forms. That is, one is right there on your screen at the bottom with yellow and green icon, which says how may I help you, that is virtual reference librarian service. So by clicking onto this, the pop-up which is going to appear will prompt you to write down your name, ID or phone number and the question, and one of the staff member is right there to offer you a real-time support. So this real time of support could be in form of just to in case if you are stuck to handle any of the resource, as in to log in onto any of the resource, or probably do other options as well. So in case if you're looking up to some screen directions or something, so probably one of us is going to help you. Let's say if we take an example of our own catalog which is not loading, so somebody was saying there are certain other options also, so I gave you an option that try through different browser or doing all such quick tricks. So by connecting with such services, you get to have an access to it. However, we also have another mechanism, which is by making a call to MS Team at glus@jju.edu.in, you will be able to connect with us through audio or a video call, wherein we are right there to guide you, to support you in your learning needs, right? Okay. So hence, I'm right there to an end for my presentation. But before closing down, I have certain questions right on my screen, which says, when will we receive the login or password? Dear, to connect for the digital resources, Devansh, for login and password, I made myself clear you need not to have a separate ID or something, wherein you have to for the first time, for connect with the remote log for accessing the resources remotely. You need to enter your full ID, your JGU ID, that is, which is, ending with @jgu.edu.in. So that complete ID for the first time to connect with the resources, digital resources in detail. So that you can do. And other than that, in case if you want to quickly, enter through the catalog, wherein, I told that you can check up onto your circulation history and so on. For that matter, you can always write to GLUS to know more about your details and all, and get yourself registered by sharing your information with us. Or probably once you're back on campus, please come to us. We'll be happy to serve you with a registration form, and we'll ask you to fill in that registration form and register you, and scan your iCard, so that all the self-operated services which are there in the library, so you can avail all that. All right. So, Purav Madhusudan has a question which says, it asks for credential when I search for any book, but I don't have the EBSCO credential. Dear, EBSCO credential are not required separately. I told you to please get on to remote access policy, log in through remote log, and probably by entering your credentials and then get on to the resource directly. Then is no, it is not, the system is not going to prompt for any separate credential. However, in case if you're not doing so, you're simply, jumping through the quick links right here. Right under quick links, we also have an option called digital resources. Ramji, could you please click on to the digital resources? Yes. So the moment you come onto this particular link of digital resources, here also we certainly have a list of resources right here on your screen, alphabetically arranged, which is, let me just tell you that this list and the list which I have shown you of all databases on remote log page is no different at all, right? So the only difference is that, we have an additional info link right next to it, wherein I would like Mr. Jairam to share the details about it, because I can see I'm running short of time onto that. Hence, I'm going to close down here and pass it on to Mr. Jairam to take over, because there are a lot of questions, and we really want to answer all these questions towards the end, right? So over to you, Mr. Jairam. I'll try to type down your answers in the Q&A box parallelly in case if it is possible.
Thank you, ma'am. And as ma'am told you, I will start my journey with this digital resource space, and trust me, I will not take more than 15 or 20 minutes of your valuable time. So just to repeat to the talk about the remote access, I will just mention one thing. You have everything when you are in campus. To access anything, to access starting from our resources to services, whatever things we have for you in library. So you have everything right there by just clicking a link or a tab to that. But the challenge started when you are accessing the subscribed resource remotely. Means when you are not in campus, but you are trying to access a resource which is available in library or subscribed by JGU. So that time you have to have a more conscious, more extra conscious to how to access the resources. As ma'am told you, you have to, when you are not in campus, you are accessing the resources. You have to go to the library web page, but certainly you have to click on this particular tab, log in with the remote log, and log in using your credential as shown before, and access the resources available right there in the remote access page. But when you are in campus, nothing to worry about it. Just open the library resources and go to the digital resources page from the quick link or from the resource link, digital resource page. you will able to find these resources, and these are the resources, digital resources we are subscribing here, and you can access it right there when you are campus. So just to begin with, if you will see, we have three parts in almost every resource list. One is the resource name with hyperlink, another is info page, and third one is your remote access page. So when you are a campus, you just click the resource link here, and you will able to open the resource right there, and you can able to check it. When you are away from campus, you are accessing the resources. Either you go to the remote log page right here by clicking here and log in with user ID and password. Otherwise, you can click the remote access page right here. Again, it will ask you same thing you have to put there. And please remember, if you have already logged in a particular browser, particularly your default browser, so you have not to like log in again and again. It will direct take you to the resource. So more importantly, this info page is very crucial for you and very informative also. When you will click on info page, it will tells you, it will take you, or it will brief you about the resources. What is the resources? How you will able to access when you are at campus? How you will able to what is the criteria? So what is the tricks you have to follow when you are accessing from outside? So just click on the info page, and everything we will able to see from here. The brief overview of the resource, what are the contents available in that particular resource, how you will access the resource, whether it's available on IP or credential wise, or many things more, along with your user guide training and terms and rights to use this resource. So I'm not taking more time, just to start with what are the legal resources or the databases we have here for you. As mentioned earlier, this is the A to Z list or alphabetical list of all the resources we are subscribing to. So for that, you have to find out what are the legal databases. When you will click time to time, you will able to know all about this. Otherwise, as we shown earlier also in the remote log page, we have listed there what are the legal resources, what are the business resources, and other resources. And similarly, we are going to structure this page also. But just to start with, we have many legal resources here. Starting with, we have AIR Online. So AIR Online is basically Indian legal resources, and this is just the updated version of AIR Web. So to access this, as I told you, we have to, go through this info page. If you are stocking anywhere, you just click on the info page, and you will be able to know what is the credential, or what is the tricks, or what is the process to access. So AIR Online, we are subscribing very limited user license from it. Right now we have 4 user license. So for that, you have to log in it, but you don't have login credentials. So for that, as mentioned on the info page, you have to write to us. Either, as mentioned earlier, you can shoot a mail, any email ID. We will reach to you with that connection. Either you can write to GLUS or e-resources or anything else. And even you can write to an individual, but for speedy connection, better you just write to e-resources@jju.edu. Similarly, we have Bar and Bench. Bar and Bench is basically news and update legal resources, not only in India but some contents abroad also. And surprisingly, you don't have this remote access tab here because we have very limited user license for these resources, and that is not included in your remote log page. Or for to access this resource, you have to have your login credential, and for that you have to write pass. Similarly, we have when we are talking about legal databases or legal resources, so all resources are like categorized into categories. One is general and some are in specific. Means general means the resource, the legal resource which covers everything on a legal fraternity, like case laws, statutes, your updates, news, interviews, everything that is coming under your general category. And some resources we have specific. Means that resource deals with a specific wing of your legal. If you will talk about corporate law advisor, if you will click on that info page, it will show that this particular resource is dealing with some specific resources. Your corporate law, SEBI, and business law, and many things. So what is the contents available in this resource? You can like access through your info page. Similarly, we have couple of resources from Fluere that is also very specific. It deals with arbitration, then corporate law. We have Hein Online. Hein Online is basically a database of the journals and articles related to your legal issues. You can click on the info page and you will be able to know about it. Hein Online is basically the early laws of American, and it also deals with the USA and other international jurisdictions. In this line, you will find Jindal Global Law Review. Jindal Global Law Review is our in-house publication, by individual journal that is published by Springer, but we have access. So same thing, when you are campus, you just click here and access the resource. If you are in outside of the campus, then you have to click on remote access and log in and go. So in that line, we have Law Review Common. This is a open access resource, and this is now it's Lexis Advance. So earlier it was Lexis, now it's Lexis Advance, which deals with predominantly deals with foreign jurisdictions like US and ECO, but UK. But you can able to find resources on Indian legal resources and some other like Australia and so on. So before we start or we discuss other resources, I would like to mention one thing is we are going to organize training sessions for the legal resources in the coming weeks. We will circulate the circular to you time to time. So I will suggest you and I will request you, please join those training sessions, which by that training sessions we will be able to know what resource, what legal resource contains, what type of resource, how to explore, how to trace the data, how to download a case or article from them. Without attending those training sessions, you may not be able to access a particular resource. We have so many legal resources, subscribed legal resources here. As you know, apart from other subjects, we are famous for law. So we have enough legal resources, subscribed legal resources with us. But if you will not join those training sessions, you can't access, you can't able to know uh, to like if you are researching a particular resource, you should know where you will start your research and where you will find enough resource for your paper for research. For for that, you have to attend those training sessions. So in the lineup, we have live law, similar to bar and bench. This is also a news and update portal, and we have single user license. So you have to write to us for credentials. Next, we have Manupatra, and we don't have remote access step in front of Manupatra also. So for Manupatra also, you have to write to us. Either we are circulating the credentials with you time to time. You have to access those emails from us. Otherwise, you can write to us. You can connect with us in any manner as mentioned earlier, through live chat, through TalkTo, through mail, anything. You can use any media of communication, and we will share the credentials. So in the lineup, we have many resources, but just I will mention to the access details of SCC Online, one of a very major legal resources in the Indian legal resource field. We have unlimited user license for this resource, but as a new student, as a new user, once you have to register yourself using your Jeju details. So when you will click SCC Online, when you are in campus or you are accessing through remote access page, you will be able to land this page. Here you have to click on login. In login, there are two options: user login and IP login. As I told you, we have IP access or IP subscription, so you have to click on IP access. But as a new user, once in your tenure in Jeju, you have to register yourself by clicking here. When you will click register here, it will ask your ID and your name. So your login ID, basically your email ID, your Jeju Outlook email ID. So put your entire Jeju Outlook email ID, then your entire name, then login. Once you log in, it will be there throughout your tenure at Jeju. So in subsequent login, you have to click on IP login and you have to just put your email ID and just log in. It will take you to the SCC online resource page. So why I demonstrate this login? Because as you know, we have many resources, but this is something different in login process. So you should know about it, because we are receiving many queries related to SCC Online, how to access, how to log in. So you have to remember it. Otherwise, don't worry, we are here. You can connect with us anytime to know more about it. We have TechSutra, as I told you. This is also a specific legal resource which deals with TechSutra, your GST and all the things. So to know more about, similarly, just click on the info page and you will be able to access it. So in the next we have Westlaw Asia. It was Westlaw India earlier. Now it's renamed as Westlaw Asia. In Westlaw Asia also, these are the resources, predominantly UK and also Indian cases and legal resources. Apart from this, we have international materials on this, where you will be able to find maximum resource on USA and Canada, and many resources on Australia, Korea, Malaysia, and Singapore, and other jurisdictions also. Now we have World Trade Law Online and World Trade Law.net. Similarly, World Trade Online is a limited user license, so you will not able to find this remote access tab here. And you can connect with us, you can contact us, you can write to us for your credentials. So I think in very short, we have just concluded this digital resources space and what are the resources we have for our law school. Apart from this, we have many other resources you can find on the quick links or from other tabs when you explore this library web page. Apart from this legal resources, we have many other resources related to other schools, and many of them also, the generic, the generals like JSTOR or other your journal aggregators, journal publishers like Cambridge, Duke, your TNF, OUP, and many other. And these are the, as I told you, these are the general resources, and somehow you have to access those resources also, because they are also have very good collections of legal resources, articles, and current research materials. So you have to explore them also. So lastly, just I will like to request you to attend those training sessions coming up in the next weeks. We will circulate you to the circular. Without training, you will not able to access, or what is the weightage of these resources. So with this, I just conclude my demonstration and request Ritu ma'am if there is any question and answer to attend.
Thank you so much, Jairamji. I'll quickly come to the common queries. You people are constantly posting in the Q&A box or the chat box as well. Talking about the resources like which are under limited subscription plan, which is bar and bench, live law, and so on. Or maybe it is just related to Manupatra. Although we try to give you a clear understanding of how to access these resources, however, still you feel that you're not clear with it, then this info link given right next to the resource name on the digital resources page will be a respite to you in any need. In case if you are stuck with any of the resource in terms of e-newspapers, in terms of e-books, in terms of any digital resource, so the info link is the only rescue to it. If the moment you click onto this info link, it not only gives you the description what actually the subject area it covers through, what type of material you will get to it, or maybe in case if you need to check up with certain user guides, and also we try to put it all at one place for you to have a better understanding, a better a complete clarity of that particular resource. When I talk about the rules and regulations of library in terms like how many books you can borrow, what would be the loan duration, for that in that context, as I've told you, go back to about the library tab, and herein we have the rules and regulations. Other than this is particularly for the students pursuing LLB and LLM. The postgraduate students maybe in the final year, or maybe about to finish with their learnings with JGU here, but then for them also we offer external memberships as well. So for that also, again, about the library, right under that we have membership and other details related. So as I've told you that all these tabs are self-explanatory, but then yes, you need to practice and then refer to it, and then probably you will get to know more and more about it. Again, coming back to the catalog, yes, the catalog, today I was not able to share with you the complete, the way we actually try to do it in that particular thing. We try to give you the maximum out of it. However, we are still trying. Let us just see, because at my end it is working, but however there is a restriction of from my end. I'm not able to share the screen or whatsoever due to certain technical glitch. But for that matter, there is no app other than this link is required. But also referring to this user guide of it will also, kind of a very useful mechanism, which I will try to share the link of that user guide in the tab, sorry, chat box, and then probably, that would be a kind of, a very good support to you to have an access to it. So, okay. Next, I also had that, the certain recordings, which is a common question after every 2-3 questions we are receiving today, that whether the recording of this particular section will be available or not. Yes, recording will be certainly available, but then you have to, stay posted, stay updated with the events, the library website on the events tab again. So here I'm trying to post this particular in the chat box. However, I'm not able to give you that particular link. I don't know why. Then there is a very important question which says that how to access Kali lessons and readings. Dear, to access the Kali lesson and reading, please write to us. We'll share the details, and then probably you'll be able to get to it. And yes, I am trying to share this with you, this link for this how to access the Koha page, and then the step-by-step guide to it. So probably by accessing it, you will be able to get to it. Again, I have shared a feedback form also. I request all the attendees to please refer to it and do share your suggestions and recommendations, so that it gives us it builds up a better connection for between you and us, so that we can connect with you people and understand each other's requirements, so that we can help you and guide you and assist you in the best possible manner. Coming back, I had one more important question which talks about the past year question papers or other readings or the research articles. Then in that case, here, right under the quick links, we have, JGU Institutional Repository. If you click onto this JGU Institutional Repository, it is going to direct you to this particular page, and then the clicking onto it, this is the digital archive which we as library maintain, wherein you can check up certain readings, certain popular article, opinion, and other stuff. But yes, you can also refer to the past year question papers. But for past year question papers, you need to understand that all these question papers and the whole collection is maintained by the School of Examination. And in case if you do not get the required material, which required question paper or something required, as in which is related to your assignment over here in terms of question paper or some kind of assignment, I mean the question paper, I must say. So all that is you have to write to only the School of Examination only. We as library do not have any role to play, because this whole collection has been maintained by the examination department, so we do not have anything to play in basically. So in case of anything related to it, please feel free to write down to the examination school in short, right? So herein, as the time is not permitting us to go beyond, but there was one more question by someone who was talking about to guide him through a publishing house, that is Edward Elgar Publishing. So to check on to the books on Elgar Publishing, what you have to do is you have to go back to the Global Library page, click on to the digital resources, and you are right there onto the digital resource page. Right at the bottom, if you see, we have ebooks. So if you get onto the ebooks, the fifth option we have for Elgar Online. Click on to the remote access. If you are logged in, it's good. It is not going to prompt for login. But in case if you are not logged in, it is going to ask you to log in through remote log, and then it is going to direct you to that particular page. As you can see right on the screen, we were already logged in, hence it did not prompt us to log in again. And however, we are right there on the Elgar Online page. Anything beyond, in case if you have any question or anything, please feel free to share with us. We'll be happy to take your question. Again, a question related to the recording. As I've told you, it will be available right under the events tab of the library website, and hence you can have an access to it. However, it will be posted, giving me a day or two. After that, you will be able to access it. Accessing course material is again a question which is again there on board. Okay, if you check on to the course material right under What's New tab on the library website, the details related is right there on your screen, the different schools, and then if we click on the particular school which we are trying to access, we are right there opting for any of the course right there. You'll see the reading list, maybe the main reading or the additional reading. Clicking onto that, different tabs, maybe if the printed book is available, so the details related to that is right there. In case if you're looking for something through remote access, you'll click onto that link and you're right there on the resource, checking onto the details, or probably in case if it is an ebook, you can have direct access to it, right? Again, somebody is asking for, what is call call. Dear call call, we as a library team do not have any role to play in that. Probably you need to write down to team IT, and they will be the right people to guide you on to this. Great. So I'm all done with all sort of queries we had. So probably in case if anyone has further on any query or anything, please feel free to post out. In case anyone, you can simply just raise your hand and quickly just type in your query, and we will be happy to take your questions. All right. So we take it as that we were able to meet the required, guidance for this particular session from our end. However, I thank you each one of you to pull out time and come and attend the session. Though it will be really, really beneficial for those who really took an initiative to attend this. But then it is essential for each one of you to practice each and every tab, each and every resource in detail, and also keep yourself posted with all the emails, all the mailers we keep on sharing, or maybe just the library website. The event tab gives you all the required information for the upcoming sessions we are planning to. Hence, again, but then before I close down, we all as a library team are quite keen to see you all back on campus very soon. But till then, please take good care of yourself, and all the best. Bye bye. Take care.